personal. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game is missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so this is in fact the build-up to Haney versus Lomachenko. It's a fight that I know boxing fans are starting to get very excited about. And truth be told, listen, I'm starting to get a little bit excited about it just because I've been thinking about the fight more, and I think we need to be a little more fair to Lomachenko. You know, he's a great fighter, and you know, I am getting excited about it, and I do like the fact that Top Rank, while they did put it on pay-per-view, it's a cheaper pay-per-view. It's only $60 as opposed to the customary $75 or $85 that fans spend for these, you know, fights. So, you know, it is what it is. But the Matrix himself, Lomachenko, he was speaking to the media about the fight, and he was actually asked an interesting question because, you know, we know that this is really going to be his last crack at glory at 135. If he does continue to box, he would fully anticipate that Lomachenko moves back down to 130 and goes ahead and makes some noise down there, you know, because that's really his optimal weight. But he was speaking to some reporters recently during a media scrum, and the idea of going down back to featherweight, going back down to 126, and maybe even staging a fight with Naoya Inoue, a super fight of sorts, that was thrown out there to him. And he had a, you know, here's what he said about it. I'll read you the quote. Here's what he said, and I quote, "Maybe I would fight Inoue. I forgot how to make weight. I need to try to make 126, but of course, it's always interesting to fight. Interesting fighting top fighters near our weight classes. I've seen Inoue's fights. He has power, and he's a top fighter." End quote. So Lomachenko respects the monster. Lomachenko acknowledges the monster, and Lomachenko also acknowledges that, look, like, he's been making 135 for so long. It's not really a weight cut for him. He's just walking around. It's not a sharp weight cut. He's just walking around at a nice, decent, healthy weight, you know. Not a lot of fighters are fighting so close to the walk-around rate like Lomachenko. So he really is not going to know what his body would do for a weight cut like that until he actually tries to make the weight and does the weight cut himself. You see what I'm saying? But let's just take away the fact that maybe, all right, maybe, just maybe, this isn't the most realistic possibility. But, you know, you got to dream. You got to be optimistic. And I think it's interesting to talk about. Could you imagine Inoue versus Lomachenko? I mean, these are the two fighters in boxing over the last couple of years that have broken records as far as scaling weight classes in such a short amount of time. And, you know, I remember like 4 years ago, I made a video and I pretty much said that the way Inoue scaled weight classes is more impressive than the way Lomachenko scaled weight classes, because he didn't have the lifetime of experience in the amateurs that Lomachenko did, right? Because if you guys remember, Lomachenko broke the record for the fastest, I believe it was 2-division champion ever, and then Inoue tied that record. I believe he tied the record. So with that being said, wouldn't it be crazy to see both those two in the ring? We know Inoue, if he's successful against Fulton, which by the way it's not a gimme. If he is successful against Stephen Fulton, you know, 126 is where a lot of hardcore fans want to see him, because they feel like that's where he's actually going to get his most tests, because the fighters will be big enough to actually go ahead and give him the kind of test that he's looking for. You know, they can offset some of the skills he has by the punching power, by the durability and things like that. So I like to see it. I think thinking, like I said, Lomachenko might not be as strong there as he is at 130, but it would definitely make for an exciting fight, definitely. And I think it's a fight that would do big numbers for Top Rank. I think it's a fight Bob Arum wouldn't mind making, because let's just say if Inoue does beat Fulton, if he beats Stephen Fulton, then that makes him a bigger star. Now he's a 4-division champion at, 29 years old, 28 years old, 4-division champion at, you know, only so many fights. You know, that would make him something really, really different in the sport of boxing. And then, you know, Inoue becomes a even bigger star, and Lomachenko's on his way out. So, like, you know, I don't think it'll be any sweat off Bob's back. I think Bob would probably actually welcome a fight like that with Naoya Inoue. So we'll see how it goes. But Lomachenko also, he did a lot fighting at 140. So You know, that's never going to happen. He's never going to go 140 as many of us suspected because he's not a big 35-pounder. But I do remember many years ago, before he lost to Tio, I think it was before, it might have been before he was initially supposed to fight Comey in 2019, before he fought Crawler. He was talking about going to 140, but that's not happening. So he's at 135 for this fight. Probably go down to 135 if he continues to fight. But honestly, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, a 126 fight against Naoya Inoue would also be an intriguing matchup, just because, you know, of who those guys are in the sport and how similar their careers have been in a sense. But you know, it is what it is. You guys can make of that what you will. I thought it was interesting to talk about. But Lomachenko hasn't ruled out fighting at featherweight against the monster. So what do you guys think about that? Who would you favor if they did fight? You know, I'd favor the monster. I just think he'd be too big, too strong, and too fast, and too youthful for Lomachenko at that weight. But you never know. Lomachenko's a great fighter. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.